music biopics, the new, well, not new, but big sort of genre hitting film recently, with what 2018 or 2019 being the Queen one. A couple years ago we had Elvis. Last year, of course, we had the Bob Dylan one with Timothy Chalamet, and now Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere with Jeremy Allen White. And I'm kind of happy that they've been trying to change the formula every movie. Sometimes it's bit shit, and we just get movies that lead up to a cool concert. Oh, we also had Elton John one that I forgot about. And I'm just kind of sick of that formula, and I'm happy Springsteen takes a different route, and instead of just being a story about an artist's life and how they came to who they be, instead we get a a portion of Bruce Springsteen's life, and that's about it. And I really do appreciate that. I I don't know. I'm just sick of seeing full lives being told about. We know a lot about these artists, maybe not as much about Bruce Springsteen as the other three I mentioned or four I mentioned, but I think it's better just to show off the most important parts of their lives and how they came to influence music themselves. And whilst Bruce Springsteen might not be as influential as Bob Dylan, Elvis, Queen, Elton John, he kind of saved rock in ways during his time. So I'm happy that they got to that part of his career. I wish they showed it a bit more towards the end, but I think it's okay. Also, shout out Eric Vetro for being the vocal coach for Austin Butler, Timothy Chalamet, and Jeremy Allen White, because they could just go out of their way to find people who look and or sound like these musicians, but I think it's nice to get bigger names for these artists to get more people drawn to the screen. I mean, Timothy Chalamet is the one of the biggest actors right now. Austin Butler's up there, and so is Jeremy Allen White. So it's nice seeing all three of them getting this amazing vocal coach to do these performances that we're going to appreciate as time goes on. Maybe not so much this one, because it seems like a lot of people don't like this movie, but I still think it's enjoyable. There's really nothing bad with it. Maybe the script is bad here and there, but other than that, I didn't complain too much throughout watching this. I did complain throughout the parts where they're doing the flashbacks with the black and white coloring. Wasn't a fan of that until about halfway through the movie. I realized, oh, they're doing this to imitate the movie Bruce Springsteen and his father used to watch. So I thought that was fine. I really didn't like the filter, but I got used to it as when I became appreciative of the reasoning for it. So other than that, I really can't complain about this movie. I like that instead of giving him an actual girlfriend he had in real life, they instead had uh, the actress who I'm forgetting the name about or name of. They just made a random person called Faye with the daughter and just bundled all of his relationships into one person. I thought that was nice. It's just an easier way to sum up how he handled his relationships during his career and before he became really 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 big. Uh, I like that they kept his relationship with the manager real. It's not exaggerated and it's not um, thrown away for drama purposes. I like that his manager is actually there for him all the time, especially towards the end when he's dealing with his mental health and he's there for him with their last conversation. I really like that. Everything. I like that they just kept true to Bruce Springsteen's life and they didn't try to over exaggerate a bunch of shit or make certain people look bad. I think the only part I really didn't like was they treat his band like side characters. And while they are just side characters, of course, but they were his friends and his buddies. I don't think they have any talking lines with him once throughout the entire movie, except one scene where they're leaving the stone pony together, and then they just separate from each other after saying like two words. And other than that, you don't get much of them, which sucks because they're a huge part of his career. And I know this is a certain part of his career, but you could have done maybe one thing with them, one line exchange or or something, but we don't get anything. But that's okay. This movie looks pretty good, and I like that Jeremy Allen uh, actually did the singing. Some of the dubbing was weird, like really, really weird, mostly during the beginning. So I'm happy as the movie went on, the dubbing got better. But during that first concert, the dubbing on his voice or his mouth just looked so bad, and I think they were trying to get away with all those camera pans and different angles where they're trying to hide his mouth with the mic. Didn't work. It was way too noticeable, unfortunately. But Springsteen delivered me from nowhere. It's fine. It's another addition to the biopic musician biopic genre, and I can't say it's really bad. I did enjoy it, and I like that I got to sit in a theater with a bunch of 60, 70 year olds, and I just like going to these movies where the vibe of the movie's older and you have this older audience with you, and you can feel how these people have impacted all their lives. I mean, I was walking out of the theater and like half of them are crying because of how much Bruce Springsteen meant to them. I mean, he was kind of the working class musician during the time he was making music for that group of people. I'm certain most of the people in the theater that were with me were part of that were part of that group. So I really enjoy it. I didn't have a bad time. I think Scott Cooper did a fine job. I don't think I've seen any of his other movies, but maybe I'll check one out now that I actually enjoyed Springsteen. Leaving Springsteen delivered me from nowhere, an 8 out of 10. I don't know if it's better than the Bob Dylan one we got last year. I think I do appreciate that it's just a portion of his life in 2 hours instead of his whole life smushed together in 2.5 hours. It's more easier to sit through. Maybe the pacing, the beginning of the movie is a little bad, and the mom's acting was a bit rough, or maybe that was just the lines she was given. But I can't really say I disliked watching this movie. Sitting with all the old people and seeing all the reactions was just great. And Paul Walter Hauser, I mentioned his name earlier, fucking loved him. I think this is his fifth movie this year. I've seen all of his movies this year. He's been great. Every single thing he's in, just great. And hopefully we see more of him soon because I really enjoy him. If you haven't seen Springsteen Deliver Me from Nowhere, I think it's fun. 2 hours, very short. It's gonna be nominated for some Oscars, so you're gonna have time to see it in theaters later, I assume.